Hey friends, welcome to Miss Grace Creations. Today's tutorial, we are making cute baby ruffle socks. We're going to start with our yarn. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. We're going to need scissors. You are going to need a needle. Doesn't matter what size needle you use, anyone will work fine. And then last but not least, we are going to need a 4mm hook for the baby/infant sizes. Okay, we're going to start off with a magic circle. To begin, we're going to start off with a magic circle. And then we're going to chain 2. Chain 2 here does not count as a stitch. We're going to make 6 more half double crochets into the circle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more for 6. We're going to pull the tail, not too tight, but tight enough to close the gap in the middle. And then we're going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet. So you should have 6 half double crochets, and we're going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet. For round 2, we're going to chain 1. Chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to make 2 half double crochets into each of these stitches. 2 half double crochets into each stitch. You can pause the video at any time so that way you will be able to catch up. Okay. And then we're going to skip chain 1 and then slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Round 3, chain 1, and then for this row we are going to make 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, and then 1 half double crochet into the next. So the pattern for this row is 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch, and then the next will be 1 half double crochet. So once again, that's 2 half double crochets and then 1 half double crochet. Two, and then 1 half double crochet. That's 2 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets, and then the last one will end off with just 1 half double crochet. And you should have 18 stitches. So we're going to skip that chain 1 and then slip stitch into that first half double crochet. Remember, this row has 18 stitches when you end it off. So we have 3 rows of increasing. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to half double crochet into each stitch for this 4th row. Half double crochet into each stitch around. So you should be making 18 half double crochets. There's also a button at the bottom of the screen, a settings button, to slow the video down if I am moving too fast for you. (17) and then 18. We're going to skip chain 1 and then slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Always remember to skip that chain 1. Chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now that we have 4 rows, we have 3 rows of increasing and 1 row of regular stitching. Here I'm going to actually weave in my tail from the start. I just have to cut off the raggedy end. I like to go through the middle of the stitches of the first round and then go back a second time through. Pulling it tight and then lightly stretching it out so that way once you cut it, the yarn does not poke through. Once you have weaved in your ends, we are going to continue to do the foot part. For the infant baby sizes, we have 0 to 6 months or 6 months to 12 months. For the 0 to 6 months, we're going to make a total of 6 rows. And then for the 6 to 12 months, we have a total of 8 rows. So go ahead and complete your rows and then come back to the video. Now that all your rows are completed, it should look like this. And now we're going to work on the heel part. We're going to chain 1 and then half double crochet into 10 stitches only. And this is for both sizes. 10 half double crochets across. Okay, once you have completed those 10, we are going to be working in rows instead of rounds. So we're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then work back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. for each size, it's going to be the same amount of rows. We're only going to do 4 rows for the heel part. So each row should end off with 10 stitches. Each row should have 10 stitches. Then once you do that, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then work another 10 half double crochets into each stitch. We have 3, and we just need 1 more row. Okay, and so once we had ended the row, we had did a chain 1, but because this is our last row, we are not going to do that chain 1. And the reason why we're not doing a chain 1 is because we don't want the heel, the back of the heel, to look too bulky and have a triangle point at the heel. So you're going to go ahead and turn your work over, fold the heel, the last row together, and there should be 5 stitches that match up together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so how you stitch it together, you're going to fold that first stitch on the left side. You're going to go through 2 loops, pull the yarn through, and then we're going to slip stitch. That's considered 1. And then for the remaining, we're going to use the back loops only. So place your hook through the back loops only. And then slip stitch. Back loops only, and then slip stitch. Continue to do that same process. Back loops only, and then slip. And then for the last one, the same process. We're going to slip and then chain 1 with that last one, and then fasten off that yarn. Like I said before, you can weave in your ends now, or you can weave them in later. I'm going to keep this one here, and I'll weave in at the end. So this is what your sock should look like. You should have the toe part, and then the heel. The foot part, and then the heel. And so then we have to work on the ankle part. So there's 4 sections to a sock, the way I make them. It's really pretty simple and easy, works up fast. So now for the ankle part, we're going to attach the yarn again, and we're going to start off with the last section of the heel. We're going to slip the yarn through the back section, slip the yarn through, and then you're just going to chain one, and we'll work over that tail. Chain one and then half double crochet into the same stitch from the chain one. For 0 to 6 months, we are going to make 26 stitches around in each of the rows previously from the heel and the foot section. So we're working 26 stitches or 28 stitches, depending on which size you are making. For a little tip, we're going to make 2 of the half double crochets into this corner and then 2 more into that corner. So 2 into each corner. And this gives it a more round look. So go ahead and finish your first round and then meet me back at the end of your round. Okay, so once you have finished the first round, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first half double crochet. And we're going to make one more round for the ankle. So chain one. For this last round of the ankle, we're going to only single crochet into each of those stitches. So you should be working 26 stitches or 28 stitches, depending on which size you are making. So this row of the ankle, it's only single crochet or single stitch, single crochet. And then we are going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, skipping that chain one. And then now for the ruffle part. And this is what your sock should look like. You can always fasten off your tail and leave the sock like this without ruffles. It'll be cute. For the ruffle part, we're going to chain 3 and then turn your work. We're going to work counterclockwise when making the ruffles. The reason why we work counterclockwise is because the ruffles fall downwards. So we're going to double crochet 5 into each stitch. So that chain 2 counts as a stitch, so we're only going to make 4 more double crochets into this stitch here. And then 5. So 5 double crochets into each stitch around. You can pause your video here, and once you have completed all of your ruffles, you can meet me at the last stitch of the round. So remember, 5 double crochets into each stitch, working counterclockwise. Once you have completed your last, okay, so I have to finish my last stitch of ruffles. So 5 double crochets, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. Sorry, I keep saying half double crochet. It's double crochet for the ruffles, double crochet for the ruffles, and then chain 1. You're going to fasten off and then weave in the tail. This is what your sock should look like. We're going to go ahead and weave in the tail. For the infant size, I like to use my smaller needle. It's just a little preference I like to use. You can use any size needle that you would like. Remember, when you are weaving in your tail, to go through at least twice. Once you have weaving in all of your ends, this is what your sock should look like. Go ahead and make another one, and then you have a pair of baby infant ruffle socks. Thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed this video tutorial, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to see your work, so don't forget to share your creations in the comments or on any of my social media with the hashtag Mrs. Grace Creation. I also have other crochet video tutorials if you guys would like. Thank you and have